Brocast is back, baby.
This Brewcast episode is brought to you by the Brewcast Store. Explore a store filled with awesome goodies from hoodies to t-shirts to mugs. We've got you covered. Stay in style with Brewcast. Embrace the shock, set the trend. Visit now brew-cast.com/store. Link below.
Back with the fire, can't you see the flames? From Deutschland steps comes the Brewcast name. Voices like thunder breaking all the chains. Unleash the fury like a runaway train.
Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to another Brewcast episode. If it's your first time watching the show, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please rate the show 5 stars. This will ensure that the podcast recommends to even more people and allow me to keep doing what I love. Brewcast also on Instagram, X, and TikTok, where I upload shorts with the highlights of the show. So follow now, Brewcast on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Links in the description below.
Back here we thrive, we survive!
Hey there, Brewcast fans. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful, awesome Brewcast episode. If you were watching for the first time, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. If you do all of those things, you might win one of our giveaways. Yes, we're gonna keep doing the giveaways. You guys keep subscribing, keep commenting, keep liking. We're gonna keep giving away Brewcast merch. Yes, that's correct. We're gonna give away stuff, but it's gonna be Brewcast merch. We do have the Brewcast store, as you probably know. So go check out our items, and at the end of this month, yes, we're already in May. At the end of this month, we're gonna announce the winner of this month's giveaway. And again, all you have to do is subscribe, like, and comment. All right. Our guest today is Jennifer Shell. Dr. Jennifer Shell is a chiropractor with over 23 years of experience helping thousands through natural health solutions. A mom, wife, and entrepreneur, she now also teaches women how to create income from home, aiming for time and financial freedom. All right, Jennifer, how are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm great. Thank you so much, Brew. It's an honor to be here.
Oh, it's an honor to have you here. I think it's the first time ever that we have a chiropractor, and
Oh,
it's special. I mean,
well, so like chiropractic, most people in the States know what it is, but is that like a common thing around the world? I don't know. Do you have chiropractors in Germany?
oh, that's an awesome question. So,
We don't know.
before answering you, I need to ask you, what is a chiropractor?
Oh, see? Okay, yeah. Yeah, see? So chiropractic is based on moving the joints in the body. So, like, I'm sure you can search TikTok and see the most ridiculous, crazy things. Like, my kids bring me TikToks like, Mom, look at this. And it's just absurd. But the premise is when you shift the joints in the spine, it opens up the flow of the nerves. So it can help with, gosh, all sorts of stuff like health wise, but also pain. Like, I think people don't realize they don't have to be in pain. Like, you don't have to live with back pain. You don't have to have a kink in your neck for 30 years. Like, chiropractic helps that.
Wow, interesting. So going back to your question, are there chiropractors around the world in Germany?
Did you just Google it, Brew?
I did not. I'm sure there is because okay, honestly, I don't know because
Somebody needs to Google this.
let's Google it.
We need to Google. Oh my gosh.
Chiropractor
Oh, you're like, do it. Yeah,
around
thank
the
you.
world. Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's see.
There are an estimated 103,000 chiropractors
That's
worldwide
it?
practicing
Wow.
in at least 90 countries. The
Yes.
US has the highest number of chiropractors per capita, while
Yeah.
India has the lowest.
Oh, no
So,
kidding. Look at that. So there you go. You can Google it. And like I said, like if you guys go on TikTok, You will like, okay, here's an example. My kids bring me this TikTok, and it's this chiropractor. Like, he's a pretty buff guy, and he's going to work on this lady who looked like she was about 100 years old with like this like huge hump back. And I'm thinking like, oh geez. And he's got the awesome accent. And he's like, okay, here we go. And just jumps down on this woman, and she screamed so loud. I thought for sure her back was broken. And she stands up and she's like, "Oh my gosh, that was amazing." I'm like, that gives us a bad reputation. Like, no, that's not what I do.
So you don't jump on old
I
people.
did no, I don't jump on old people. No, no. But it can look like a little bit of a ninja type move. Like it can you guys just go on TikTok. We'll move on. You just go to TikTok.
I think I saw something on TikTok not long ago. I'm not sure if it was chiropractic though. That's how you
Yeah,
pronounce. So it was a guy.
chiropractic. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
he was like, "Are you ready? Are you prepared?" He was holding the head of a girl,
yeah,
and she was
yeah.
like,
Hmm.
"I don't know what's gonna about to happen." It's like one, two, psh, and then he pulled it, and it was like a very loud clacking sound. It was like, "What the fuck?"
Yes.
It broke her neck. It broke her. And actually, apparently, the table. Uh,
Yes, there's drops in some of the tables.
what? Why is that?
Yeah. Okay. So the drops in the tables, you guys, for all you, I'm gonna clear up all the TikTok stuff. First of all, when you hear like loud cracks, all that is air getting released. Like when you crack your knuckle, that's just air. That's not the bones cracking. So when you hear loud stuff, like on the internet, they've got microphones on there. But anyways, the whole thing is some tables we have drop pieces because when you shift a joint, you don't want the force to go through that person's body. You want the table to absorb that. So it's actually, it sounds kind of crazy and it's loud, but it's really great for like a gentle adjustment. So it's called adjustments.
Oh,
That's what we
interesting.
do. Adjustments.
So you guys do adjustments and you help with the flow of the energy of the nerves.
Yeah, so we're freeing. So if you think about like a garden hose, right? So you need the water to flow through to give your flowers life, right? So if a hose gets like a kink, think about like a little kink in it, and then the water can't get through. So it's kind of the same premise. So muscles can pinch nerves, joints can pinch nerves, but if that nerve is pinched, you're probably going to get pain, but also that nerve innervates something. So that's how our organs work, is from the nerves literally going into them, called innervation. And so, anyways, like I don't want to get too boring, but like I love it. So, like our heart, you have to have a nerve supply to make it work, right? So, anyways, when we keep those nerves open and nothing's impinged, the flow is open, but also it helps with pain
Wow. So how a lot of those are going through your heart.
to all your organs, your
Oh,
intestines, your endocrine system, which is your hormones. We have 12 cranial nerves just off the base of your brain, supplying your eyes, your mouth, your nose, like your face, your ears, all of it. You have to have nerves so it works.
wow. That's cool. I didn't know that.
How
How
about that?
how'd you know when they are pinched or kinked? Uh, do you feel pain?
Yeah, so typically most people feel pain, but you don't have to. So Like a lot of times, think about like a baby. When a baby is being birthed, like that is a horribly rough ride out. So a lot of times, like if I see babies with like colic or issues with reflux and food, a lot of times it's because a nerve in their back is pinched.
Wow.
So we can do different techniques like for babies, for adults, for the elderly, whatever. And you just help shift that joint. So we're opening up that flow so that baby can digest better. Like that's an example.
Wow. And
Uh-huh.
that's so interesting because when we start talking and we mentioned about jumping on on old people,
Jumping back to jumping on old people.
the mental image that I had about chiropractors is that they would only help old people, but you just mentioned newborns.
Yeah, newborns. Yeah, I see literally all ages because even little kids, like when they start walking and they're falling and they're all these things happen, it's just good to help like keep the joints open. Think about like a tree as it's growing, it needs to build like really deep roots. Like if your roots aren't stable, then that tree can like it's kind of a silly analogy, but like, like if you see a tree and it's like growing sideways,
Hmm.
well, so we always try to, even with little kids, keep their joints open, keep everything aligned, because that's helps us so that we grow not only biomechanically straight and correct, but also that's keeping that nerve supply to your organs and systems open.
All right. Interesting. So, through the practice of chiropractic, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing
Chiropractic.
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 I'm learning,
Yeah.
guys. Chiropractic.
Yeah. That's good.
Um, kids they can grow and have like straighter backs, and so what else does it help with?
Yeah, so really it helps like the way that we view it is just like maintenance
Maintenance.
adjustments. It's that you are keeping your nervous system open so that everything is flowing properly. Remember, every single nerve that comes off of your spine, there's 27 vertebrae and there's a nerve on each side, plus ones at the base of your brain. That's a ton of nerves coming out to keep your body working optimally.
Wow.
I know.
I've interviewed someone else recently on the podcast, and we mentioned how your emotions and how you hold on to traumas through your
Yeah.
nervous system somehow. Like your nervous system apparently is attuned to like your traumas, basically.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned the nervous system, and
Yeah.
is it possible that through chiropractic uh, sessions you can release emotions? Is that somehow
Yeah.
connected?
Yeah, no, that's like okay, that's actually a cool question. So, yes, like it's going to help your body come into a state of balance. Is it going to work through your past traumas? No, not in my scope. There may be chiropractors to do different techniques, but we're always looking for your nervous system. You have to be able to balance the two parts. So, the first part is your sympathetic nervous system. It's called fight or flight. So, if somebody has got a lot of trauma, even not a lot, but you've had some, it can cause your nervous system to stay in a state of fight or flight. So then what we want to do is calm your nervous system so that you switch gears into the parasympathetic, which is rest, digest, heal. So I'm always telling my patients, like, if you stay in a state of sympathetic nervous nervous system, if you're in that state, you can't heal because you're in fight or flight. Think about like running from a saber-toothed tiger. You're not like healing, you're like fleeing, like you're running because your life's in danger, right? So that's kind of where our body can get stuck. And nowadays, just with life, most people literally are stuck in that sympathetic state. So, yes. So, there you go. It was kind of like a politician's answer. Like, I didn't fully answer you, I just gave you more things to think about.
That's wonderful. I love it. I mean, that's why I started the podcast. Let's dig in.
I
Let's
love it. Yeah, I
so
love it.
sympathetic and parasympathetic. So sympathetic is
Yes.
the fight or flight, and the parasympathetic would be the one like,
Rest and digest, kind of we say. Rest, digest, heal.
and you can either be one or the other. There's no like flow.
Right.
Okay, okay.
I mean, you're not really, you can switch minute to minute. Like, like say you're pretty chill, you're driving in your car, listening to music, and then somebody cuts you off. Your adrenaline kicks out, and then you're gonna flip on that sympathetic nervous system. But what's key is how fast can you down regulate back to that. Oh, it's okay, right? Or do you stay like revved up for 45 minutes?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, and then let's say if you are stuck in the sympathetic
Yeah.
state, then you have a chiropractic session. Does
Yeah.
it
So,
helps?
so it cannot help, but you're going to have to do some, I mean, it's going to help, but we're dealing with the body, right? So if you have trauma, you need to handle that on your own spiritual journey, right? Like whatever that is.
Okay.
But something else that like I'm a big proponent of are like supplements and then like essential oils, which I think people think essential oils are like this frou-frou, like just make your house smell good. But I prefer to, yeah. Oh wait, is that a Bach flower?
I have one here, guys. I'm showing on the camera. It's called Rescura Original. I don't know.
Rescue Remedy. That's a Bach flower. So okay, so Bach flowers are different. I love those. They're actually flower essences. So like that's totally safe. You don't have to worry about any interactions. And there's dozens of different ones. So Rescue Remedy that you've got, that's like a great like general overall like kind of chill you out. But there's different ones where you can actually make your own remedies with those.
Really? Wow.
Yes, and then essential oils are different than that because they come with a smell, right? Like, so think of like rose, you're gonna smell roses. Lavender, you smell the lavender. But when it's pure, like really pure, then what's happening is it's going through your smell nerve, your olfactory nerve, up to the limbic system in your brain. So if I get somebody stuck in the sympathetic nervous system, I'm using different oils that are going to help that person down regulate their parasympathetic. So we can do it with oils like last night my kid, I mean they're teenagers and it's good because they've grown up with this. So he's like, Mom, I can't sleep. So he comes to me and we do different oils and then you smell them. You can put them like on your wrists because they're going to absorb into your bloodstream too. So pretty awesome. There's so many things out there.
That's do sound awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have names for us? I know
Yeah.
lavender helps,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So again, here, okay. So Here's my biggest thing. Here's what's that called when you give a statement. Here's my statement, okay?
Yeah.
You have to research the brand, okay? So I'll go into different oils for you, but first you have to research the brand because
Okay.
I think it's like, gosh, over 85%, don't quote me, are contaminated, okay? Because yeah,
What?
so yeah, so it's actually a really corrupt industry because there is no oversight, which not that I'm a big fan of oversight necessarily, but when there is no oversight, what happens is, okay, I'm going to give you the dirt. Here we go. So what happens is oils are grown all over the world, okay? But think about a place like Haiti.
Yes.
Haiti, one of my favorite oils is called vetiver. Vetiver. Vetiver is grown in Haiti. And so it's kind of like this big grass. Yeah. So search for like a picture of vetiver. See if you can find it. Yeah, like see how it's almost like a bale of hay? Like it's a thick grass. So in
Hmm.
Haiti, the farmers, see how big that can get? That's huge. So the farmers have to dig it out and they dig it by hand
Oh.
and they have to see how far down like the roots go. So they have to dig the bulb, like the root, out. So it's really labor intensive. Okay. So they dig, they get this yield. And then in Haiti, they don't really have like transportation, let alone like big trucks to take their harvest to get distilled. So when you make an essential oil, you have to take that part of the plant that makes the oil and you have to distill it down, right? So they can't get it there. So what has happened is middlemen or like brokers come into the small villages and they're like, hey, I'll give you, basically nothing for your vetiver yields. And the farmer's like, well, I got to feed my family. So I'll take whatever I can get. And these brokers take it, they distill it down. And here's the kicker, there's tons of different synthetic compounds that can mimic the natural compounds. So, what they can do is dilute it. And then they're selling it for like whatever, it's full of fake contaminants and they can say whatever they want. They can be like, yeah, it's organic. Of course it's safe to ingest. No, like it's not, but nobody's verified it, right? So there's so many sad things to this, right? Like these farmers are getting screwed over. They're not getting paid for their harvest. And then these brokers come in, distill it down, sell it for good amount of money. And then the companies that purchase that oil and then sell it, like you're showing on, you know, Google, like they just pop up, people hop on Amazon. It's like, oh yeah, here's all these oils. You don't know what you're getting. So over the years, as I just kept searching and researching and trying to figure this out, I actually found a company that I support because they not only pay farmers a fair living wage, they start co ops within the villages, and then you're not getting over a harvesting, stuff like this. Okay, I'm getting like way nerdy about it. So
It's great.
I'll pull it in. I'm gonna rein it in. So yeah. So anyways, so you need to make sure that your company that you're using verifies testing. Like show me the numbers, show me the actual test results, but then you want that third party verified. I'm not just going to take somebody's word for it because the industry is corrupt and people can say whatever they want to say. So I need to see it. So, okay. So, Vetfer, fabulous for like calming, for grounding, for anxiety. Like I love vetiver. I love, let's see, some other ones I love. Lavender. Now there was a study years back that was telling that it started this huge thing. I had patients coming in saying lavender causes estrogen and all this stuff. Lavender is not estrogenic. It does not increase estrogen. So that was a contaminated lavender that they used in that study.
For context, estrogen is a hormone
Oh,
for
oh, hormone. Women,
women
yeah.
hormones. Yeah.
Well, I mean, men can have some too, but you don't want too much. So in men, here's something. So in men or small boys, if they start to have breast development,
Oh,
which is a thing,
that's
I
not good.
see it all the time. It's because there's too much estrogen. So it's not estrogen that they're making. It's called xenoestrogens. So it's like estrogens from the environment. So things we're exposed to, and they mimic estrogen. And so, yeah. Anyways, like I had a kid a few weeks ago. I've had two teenage boys in the last probably month or 2 months with where they were trying to have breast development. And to one kid, it was his clone. So think about all the chemicals
Mhm.
that can be in clone. And the other kid, it was, I think, his facial care or something. It was something. So it's chemicals.
Wow.
So I just went off on a rant there.
So
What were you asking me?
that's beautiful. I love when we go on tangents like
I
that.
know we're going on a tangent.
I think we were talking about the lavender oil and how
Oh
like
yeah.
a selected amount used for the tests were contaminated.
Yeah, yeah. But so pure lavender, like really pure
Mm.
lavender, can be fantastic to help with like sleep. It can help with gosh, anxiety and stress, like all the things. Lavender's awesome. Yeah.
I lived in France with my mom for a while,
Oh, I love France.
and we had the opportunity to stay in this awesome place in south of France. It was just in front of a lavender field, and we would stay there like there during summers. And my mom and
Oh,
this older lady would just go there and collect lavender for to pass the time. And my mom would make those little sacks, little bags,
yes.
full of lavender, and the smell would super calming, of course, but would last for years.
Isn't it amazing? Yeah, like you stick it in your sock drawer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's so cute. What an amazing like opportunity. That's really cool, Prue. That's
Yes,
awesome.
yes. It was really cool. Um, Dr. Jennifer, I need to ask you. So let's go back to your chiropractic sessions.
Yes, yes.
um, so how do they go? How do they work? So it's for me, for example, who is not do not know anything about it. Is like a massage that you do, or how is the
Yeah.
session look like?
Yeah. So it can be like some people like gentle adjustments. So like I have little tools. So it's almost like they kind of like tap and it can feel almost like massage. And I do like some muscle work because if you don't get the muscles loose when I
Mm.
go to shift the joint, it can it may not move great because the muscles are so tight they're all holding it. So I do some of that. But it can look different ways. So like if it's for a baby, it only, it doesn't take me a very long time. Their spine's like this big. And I'm just using a little tool to help very, very gently shift. And I have some patients who are adults that really respond best to very, very gentle shifting of the vertebrae. But then there's others who, I mean, it can look a little bit like a wrestling match. Like I am like, like I might come onto the neck, find that spot, and then pull it to release that joint. There's different moves for the mid back. Your low back is sometimes like you can lay sideways and it's like I kind of twist it like a pretzel and it will release it.
Like a
But
pretzel.
yeah, like kind of like a pretzel. But the biggest thing is too that I have to say for your listeners, like you have to be trained to do it. Like it looks easy, but you could really mess somebody up. And like I had a guy who self-adjusted, you've seen people like crank their own neck, and he gave himself a mini stroke. Like he almost
What?
tore, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So you have to know what you're doing, and you shouldn't be doing it yourself, and you should not be doing it at parties on other people. Like, hey, yeah, let me do your back. You could hurt
I I
someone.
I feel like there's story behind this observation.
Oh, okay. I do have a story. This is kind of funny. So back when I was in chiropractic school, my roommate, she was very tiny. She was a gymnast. And then our best friend, our neighbor, he was an ex-Marine and he was huge. So when we would practice like adjusting each other, first of all, we would get so sore because he was so big. They were like, you have to be more gentle. But I got this tool and it's called a tepper wedge. I don't know if you can Google it, Brew, and see if it'll pop up. It's been around. I don't even know if they still make them, but it's my favorite tool for adjusting mid backs. But it's called tepper. Is it Tepper?
It's like I'm relying on Google to fix it.
Yes, yes. Let's see. Tepper wedge, like WEDGE.
Yes.
Tepper wedge.
Oh, okay, okay. One second. I think I had the wrong tab. You should be able to see it now.
Oh yeah. It's none of these.
Oh,
Tepper. It's different than these actually. But okay, if you oh wait. Not none of it's kind the only thing it's kind of close to is that one with the yellow that's in the middle down. Yeah, kinda. But what happens with that is I put it against the door, and it's not like this, you guys, so I can't even explain this good. But my hand goes through it. There's like a hole, and I put the back against your spine. So you're standing here. Here's the wedge, and then there's the wall behind it. So I take your elbows and I push you against the wedge and it helps open up the joints in your mid back. All that matters is I'm not very big, I'm pretty small, and I pushed my friend, the ex-Marine, through the wall and made a huge hole in our apartment wall. So, like, everybody at school probably heard about it. And yeah, so you have to make sure you're really careful that you have to have a joist on the wall. You can't just have drywall because I pushed my friend right through it.
all right. So noted.
Yeah,
No chiropractic.
noted. No, no party tricks. Don't do it. Huh,
That's funny. Um,
yeah.
let me ask you that: is that a way to like? Is it okay to always do it, even if you don't have any symptom?
No, that's a good question. I believe you can over adjust. Like if somebody's constantly coming to me and they're either not getting better or they feel like their joints keep kind of moving out of place, in my opinion, something else is going on. Like I do believe you can be over adjusted. So usually like most people come like maybe once a month, for like maintenance.
Hmm.
When you're first starting and you have an issue, it can take a little while where maybe you're coming 2 to 3 days a week for a period of time because we're trying to readjust where the spine is sitting, but it's like retraining your nervous system. So it's kind of like tug of war. Like you have to keep going till I win, and then the joints stay where they're supposed to stay. And then you start, it's like taking the training wheels off your bike. Then we start spreading it out, and you're good.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's a little bit like physiotherapy, you could say, because like
kind of.
after you
Yes.
get out of surgery, for example, you don't have your full movement, and then you need to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
going to make
Yes.
sure your body remembers what you can do with your arms, stuff
Yes.
like that. But
Yeah.
after a while, you don't need to go at all. And from what I can see, that's where it differs. You could,
Yeah.
okay.
So physical therapy I love. I think physical therapy is awesome because it's working on the balance of the muscular system in connection to the joints. So that's something that I feel is super important. And you do need to do that. Like if somebody's adjustment is an old holding, or maybe I see them and they're like, I definitely work with physical therapists. But yeah, chiropractic is more like a lifestyle of
Mm,
health where you come preventatively. That's always the goal. Like I want to see people preventatively so that they're healthy, they're well, they bounce back. Maybe you go out and you work in your garden for 10 hours, 2 days straight, and you're sore, but you don't throw your back out and you're not bedridden, right? So, yeah, kind of more of a lifestyle thing in most cases. It's always your choice. I haven't had people ask me if, like, well, once you start, can you ever stop? I'm like, well, of course, you can stop whenever you want. The difference is when you're in tune with your body, you're going to know when you're not in the right place. Like, my kids will come to me and then they may not even be in pain, but they can feel the restriction. So they'll know, like, hey, mom, I need you to adjust my mid back or my knee or whatever because they know it's off.
so would you say that some people are so out-tuned from their body that they
Uh,
don't even realize?
yes.
Yeah?
I mean, think about all the people, like, I'll just walk down the street and see somebody, and, they're kind of like hunched over, or maybe they're limping, like, yeah, I do not think people are in tune at all.
Shame on you guys.
No, I mean, it takes a little bit of work, and we're not taught that, right? You're not taught to
No.
take your health into your own hands. You're not taught to be responsible for yourself, for your health. In the US, especially, you're taught, oh, you have a problem, go to your doctor, you get a script, and that will handle it. Well, no, that isn't always the case, right?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I read a book. It's been a while now. How it's called again? I don't want to misquote it here.
Yeah.
I won't remember the name of the book, but I'm sorry, author. But the book states that for you, in order to feel completely centered and zen and like the optimal stage of life, you need to have three things in tune, like your body, your mind, and your soul. So if you're paying
Yes.
attention to those three things, like you're good, like everything will be calmer, and you
Yeah.
just will feel centered all the time. Think decisions will be easy to make, you won't feel stressed all the time. So let's dissect this a little bit. Your
Yeah.
body, you're not doing exercise, you're probably hunched, or you're not seeing Jennifer for a while.
Hello. Yeah.
You might get cranky or moody and you don't even know
Yeah.
why, you know? Or
Yes.
if your mind, you're not paying attention to what you consume, like all the shows they're watching, just watching trash, or you're around people who's always depressing and
Yes.
pulling you down, like again, you're gonna feel miserable. You might not even know why, you know? And
Yeah.
then the last part, which I don't think a lot of people believe in, is the spiritual, right? You need to pray and
Yeah.
believe in a higher power. And that's the tricky part, because I do believe everyone has a higher power. Even
Yeah.
though they don't admit it to themselves, they don't recognize it themselves, everyone has something that they know it's superior to themselves. Might in their head might be their boss, you know, in their head might be their mom, but so for other people it's God or Allah, you know. So
Yeah.
either way, I think everyone has a higher power, even though they don't recognize it. And I think a huge step of aligning the spirit, the mind, and the body is being aware of who your higher power is, and
Yeah.
see if it's attuned to your values. Because sometimes it's not, you don't even know about it. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, author, I forgot your name.
so, so it was a good book. Sounds like a good book.
It was a good book.
Yeah.
It gave me a lot to think about. So and
Yeah.
the reason why I remember it, it's because you touched on the body part, right?
Yeah.
Some people are
Yeah.
not aligned with their bodies, and they might go through their whole lives not even realizing that there's something wrong with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said too, even just feeling crabby and maybe like short tempered and you don't even know why. If we, like you said, like of course, I think everyone should look at chiropractic, but also like, what are you eating? How are you fueling your body? Are you exercising? Are you managing stress? Are you taking time just to reflect and like get in tune with yourself? Like, don't just go through the motions, right? That's not what this life is for.
No, no, it's much more. It's much more.
Yeah.
Um, what do you what do you say? What's your views on yoga, Jennifer?
Yeah. Yeah. So I love yoga. I think it's a great way for people to balance, to stretch, to get blood flowing. And there's so many different kinds of yoga. So I think it's just awesome. And usually when I'm looking for structural stuff though, like where I need somebody to like strengthen their core or their deep muscles, I usually recommend Pilates.
Pilates, all right.
Oh, is that not a thing in, oh my gosh, is that in the US only? No, it can't be.
It must.
Pilates.
I'm gonna look it up.
Pilates. Yeah, yeah. Look up Pilates. It's Pilates is kind of like yoga where I find it relaxing, but it's really for like strength too. Okay, that guy is not doing. Oh, that's a cycling guy.
Well, it exists in Germany, that's for sure.
Okay, okay. You can go on YouTube too, you guys. Like YouTube, I do all my Pilates videos are free off YouTube, yeah. Her, that's who I do. Move with Nicole. That's the lady I do all of her Pilates videos. They're great. So it's not, people think when you work out, you have to like do crazy stuff. This is usually just body weight or very light weights. And look at the scenery. Like, thank you, Nicole. Like, that's gorgeous, right? And she's so like fluid and she's just amazing.
Oh, but
So, anyways,
she's in excellent shape. Look at those muscles.
yes, look at
Yeah.
those muscles. Exactly. And it's all this. So I just love it. Yeah, like she's stretching right now, but if you scroll through, like go to like halfway through or something. There you go. Oh, we're a cat. Look at that. So some of the moves look easy, like you'll watch this one, but they can actually be kind of tough. So it's pretty cool. Like that you'd be like, "Oh, that's simple." But it's good. It's good workout.
I mean, I know from yoga for sure that the lower it gets, the tougher it gets.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so slow it down and really like work it. Like that one can be kind of tough. Like you're gonna feel it. So
So,
isn't that cool? This one's a really good one. So you're kind of like strengthening your back here. So yeah, there you go, bro. Pretty cool stuff.
would you say it's complementary to chiropractic?
Oh,
Chiropractic?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think yoga is complementary. I think Pilates is complementary. I think physical therapy, like all of the things, because even though I'm working the joints, there's muscles, all the muscles at one point interconnect. You have to have the muscles in the right place, and you can't have any too tight and some can be too loose. So, yeah, I think it all goes together.
Dr. Nicole, sorry, Nicole.
You're stuck on beautiful Nicole over there, bro.
I'm sorry, Jennifer. I had Nicole in mind. Uh,
I know. She's amazing.
I mean, she's in Bali where she is. Like, it's amazing
I can't.
scenery.
Yeah, I think it was Australia, but she might be in different spots, but it just looks really nice.
I don't know. It look awesome. Dr.
Yeah,
Jennifer, I'm sorry.
you're
Um,
fine. It's fine.
how did you become interested on becoming a
Oh,
chiropractor?
yeah, so when I was growing up, I always wanted to be a dentist.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, I actually loved root canals, like the idea and
What?
how it's really a twisted thing. Like the idea of drilling a tooth out and scraping the nerve out, just that floats my boat, bro. So,
I,
anyways,
I'm so confused.
I know, I know. So fast forward, and when I was in college, I started like shadowing dentists, and I realized, like, first of all, you're in a really tough position, like just structurally you're bent over, but also people don't like going to the dentist, and especially not to get root canals. So I thought, hmm, like, do I like I'm a pretty bubbly personality. So I'm like, is this right for me? I don't know. So I started researching and just looking, and my grandmother went to a chiropractor, and I didn't even know what it was. And she was like, you should call my chiropractor. She's a woman. She loves her job. She loves her patients and her practice. So I was like, okay. So I called her and we just talked for a while, and she really felt fulfilled, right? And she loved it, and she was helping people, and it was natural, and I liked that. So that's kind of how I got started. And then just, during the pandemic here, like everything kind of shut down. And I did some soul searching, and I'd been a chiropractor for like 18 years by then. And I just realized, like, people needed things they could do at a home too. Like, if they can't come see me, how am I gonna help these people when their kid gets an ear infection, or they've got upset stomach, or they're feeling anxious or whatever? So I started teaching classes on Zoom about oils and things they can do, almost like a natural, like, medicine cabinet for your home, like a toolbox. So I just started doing that, and I found, like, I just love that. So now, like, I still do chiropractic, but less of that. And I'm doing more like teaching women how to help other, typically women, but men too, help them help their families with natural stuff. So it's just pivoted and grown, because now I feel like it's not just me trying to help someone, I'm helping all these other people who are helping other people. So it's just kind of a cool way to have it trickle out.
That's really cool. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
We could say it's some type of mentoring, right?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely feel like I'm mentoring. Mm-hmm.
Um, we had Deborah the other day here on the podcast, and her whole thing is about how mentoring and helping others is essential for us and for life. Apparently, it's part of our DNA. Whenever we help someone else,
Yeah.
we just feel alive. It just feels right. It like lifts
Yes.
depression, raises your
It
mood.
does.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's that's the truth. I feel like there's a great book. It's called The Go Giver.
Go
The
giver.
Go Giver, and it's all about when you come from a place of service and helping others, you will get it back to you, yeah, that tenfold. Like you never have to worry or come from a place of lack. Just always come from a place of abundance and helping others, just being of service to other people. Like that's a really great book.
So for those who are just listening, the book is called The Go Giver, as we mentioned. A little story about a powerful business idea by Bob Berg and John David Mann. So Dr. Jennifer recommends it.
I do recommend that one. There's so many good books out there, but
Oh,
that one was pretty pivotal. Oh
and
yeah, Go Giver Leader. That
the
was a good one too.
the variations, yes.
Yeah, and it is like a story, so it's kind of like fun to follow. Like I'm all about personal development books. I don't mind if they're like very structured, but what's fun is that one is told as a story, so it's kind of cool.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
what kind of story?
Like you follow this guy in his journey, and that's all I'm gonna say about it because
No
I want you to
spoilers.
read it.
No
I'm not
spoilers.
gonna tell you follow him on his journey, and it's cool because the second book kind of ties with the first, and you kind of hear some of the same characters, and you're like, oh, so it's good.
All right, gonna add it to my bucket list.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and I'm gonna be honest, I'm very happy that you did not follow your dream of root doing
Root
root
canals.
canals.
I think I would have still found my way
No.
here somehow. I think so. You know.
When I was, I want to share a quick story. When I was, oh,
Yeah.
1 second. There we go. So when I was about 5 or 6 or something, my mom took me to the dentist, right? And I was super scared, super scared, super scared. And the dentist said, "No, bro, there's no reason to be scared. Everything will be fine. Don't worry. We're just gonna have to poke this needle into your
Oh yeah.
gummies." Gummies. So, what are you talking about? And I freaked out, started crying, and ran down the stairs because the dentist was on the second floor. And then my mom was waiting for me on the waiting room. She said, "Well, what's happening? What's happening? What did you do to my son?" She says, "No, nothing. It was just a normal part of the procedure. You just need to poke him with the needle and I don't know,
Numb it. To numb
to
it.
numb it, to numb it." But
Why did he tell you? Just get in there and
so it
oh my
gets
gosh.
worse. It got
Oh
worse.
no.
Because then my mom said, "No, look, like the boy is not gonna comply. You need to find another approach. Like that's not gonna work." And she said,
Yeah.
Okay, okay, no worries. You're not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Just bring him up again. Okay, sit on the chair, and now open your mouth. And then well, I'm not. I was like, "You're not gonna poke me." She's like, "Of course not. I'm not gonna do it." And then
Oh.
she she was doing it. She was approaching me with the needle again. It was like, and I started yelling. I never yelled so loud. "You're crazy! You're gonna kill me!" I was a very dramatic kid. Let me tell you that.
Oh my god.
And then I
Yeah.
started running down the stairs and crying, like yelling, "She's gonna kill me! She's gonna."
Oh my gosh.
And then
So what the heck?
my mom just took me to another dentist. That was
Oh,
not
there you go.
not the one.
That was not the one. I think if she would have come and not told you, but distracted you and just kind of like numbed it first and then stuck that needle in, you would have been fine, Brew. I'm so sorry that happened.
Just telling the story.
right? Your sympathetic nervous system is revved up. Who needs some chamomile? Call
Oh yeah,
it.
good idea, good idea.
Yeah, your rescue remedy will work. That will work. You will love that.
But I think it's like an energy thing, it's personality
Yeah,
thing. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
have kids, but I would assume that kids are attuned to like the intentions.
yeah.
I don't know. You mentioned that you have kids. Is that a thing?
Yeah, so I think it depends on the kid. Like my older son's just really like laid back, super artistic, like he's pretty chill. Like, so if I stay chill, which I'm not super chill, so if I stay super chill, he's good. My youngest, he is like more like me, kind of high strung, like kind of gets going, and so for him, it's a little harder. He's had similar experiences. I can't remember if it was getting a blood draw.
Oh,
Oh, he wigged out. I mean,
oh,
he was crying and hyperventilating, and so I'm distracting him and talking to him over here. She already had the needle in and he didn't even know. So I was like, Rowan, look, you're fine. He was like, oh. So yeah.
oh man. Um, Dr. Jennifer, what a wonderful conversation. I need to ask you where people can find you, with your website, your links.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Pooh. It was really fun.
It was.
Actually, I had a website and then I took it down. I was going to
Oh,
rebuild it and I didn't. But I'm on Instagram. And on Instagram, I'm Jen Shell, Shell underscore DC for Doctor of Chiropractic. So Jen Shell underscore DC.
that's why I didn't find you. I just looked for Jennifer.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I know I'm not very like. So the reason I started doing podcasts is because it was my biggest fear in life. The thought of doing that. So I forced myself to start doing it. Now, I suppose I should really be marketing myself better and like I have some things, but that's what I got. I'm on Instagram.
Beautiful. We're gonna make
Yeah.
sure to leave on the link below. And thank you so much. Do you have any final remarks?
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, this was so fun. And any time that I can come and just bring education about things that people may not be familiar with or know. And if anyone listening, male or female, but if you're looking for something different, or maybe you want to have extra income or you want to help people, just message me because I can help direct you.
Beautiful. Dr.
Yeah.
Dr. Jennifer, it was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, bro.
All right, everyone. See you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And that's it. See you next time. Bye bye. Okay. Thank you so much for hanging
Thanks,
out with
bro.
us today. If it's your first time watching the show, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please rank the show 5 stars. This will ensure that the podcast is recommended to even more people and allow me to keep doing what I love. Check out now the Brewcast store, Explore store, filled with awesome goodies from hoodies to t-shirts to mugs. We've got you covered. Stay in style with Brewcast. Embrace the shock, set the trend. Buy now at brew-cast.com/store. Again, that's brew-cast.com/store. Link on the description below. Be a Brewcast model and get free stuff. We'd love to see how you and your loved ones enjoy Brewcast. Snap a picture of yourself, your family, your friends, or even your pets wearing Brewcast merch, or watching an episode of the show and send it to us and become part of Brewcast. We will feature you and your pictures at the end of every episode, just like the ones you're seeing on the screen right now. You can upload your pictures at brew-cast.com/contact or tag us on social media. Alright everyone, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye bye.